Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you might be in the world, and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies, brought to you by the lastmovieoutpost.com for all of your movie news, reviews, everything cool about film. I'm your host this evening, Boba Phil, and with us this evening, as a change of pace, we have Sean Bird. Hello, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Good to have you with us. Sean is one of the contributors of the Last Movie Outpost. He has done a couple of videos for us in the past, if you check out the channel. And he's one of the, like I say, contributors, writes up reviews and everything else. Sometimes we disagree on bits and pieces, but that's a good thing, because if we all like the same thing, it would be boring. How are things in your part of the world?
Not so bad. I'm a little hungover today, so kind of a little under the weather, but other than that, it's pretty fine.
Well,
it's just a nice day out.
That's what happens if you drink the night before, unfortunately.
Yeah.
One of those things. Hello, Big Gator. Thank you for joining us. Nice to have you. Big Gator is one of our regulars. Okie doke, let's crack on in then. So, the Meg 2 has had a trailer come out in China. I think they've had an American one as well. I might have missed that, but I've just seen the Chinese one. Directed by Ben Wheatley, who is known as more of an independent filmmaker, British guy, does some very interesting stuff, but this is obviously a big budget movie with Jason Statham and giant sharks. What did you make of the first one?
It sucked. It's a monster movie. Like, I kind of wish they would have somehow got it to work out with the Godzilla MonsterVerse thing. I think that would have been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, again, I remember the first one being stupid, but at the same time, I do remember it being quite entertaining. In that kind of, like you say, summer blockbuster way.
Sure, yeah.
Having Ben Wheatley direct is interesting. Are you familiar with Ben Wheatley?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. What else has he done?
He did Free Fire, which is... I can't remember who's in that now, but it's kind of like an arms deal that goes wrong in a warehouse. He also did High Rise, which was kind of like a dystopian, futuristic thing where they were set in a high rise. Very odd film, but he's done films like The Kill List, which is a very, very bizarre British twisted movie. I'm probably more familiar with him than you are, just because he's British. So, yeah, like I say, his early stuff and his independent stuff is fantastic. He also did a movie called The Field in England. Ever heard of that?
I don't think so.
Field in England was about two Civil War characters. It was all done in black and white, and they've captured one of the enemy, but the enemy turns out, the guy they've captured actually turns out to be the devil. Very bizarre movie, but very interesting. And so his independent stuff I do like, and I wonder how he's going to get on with then a big production where a production company is going to be, encouraging him to sort of lean in certain directions. Again, what's your take on that?
Well, in general, yeah, it's weird how that kind of stuff happens with directors that are more used to independent type stuff, where they have basically free run of whatever to get whatever they want out of the movie. It sounds, I mean, like, from what you're telling me about his stuff, it sounds like he has made interesting stuff. I definitely am interested in checking it out. I don't know how much studio can get into a way of a Meg type movie though. Like, I could understand like MCU type shit or something like that. You're gonna have them up your ass and shit like that, but yeah. I would think the Meg studio would be like, do whatever, just go swallow ships whole, go nuts.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm always a little dubious. Basically, if it's a big budget movie, the producers are always just going to interfere. You know, I'm just looking up some of Ben Wheatley's other stuff. He did one called Sightseers, which is quite good. It's about a serial killer on Dartmoor. That was quite good. He also did one of the sections of ABCs of Death. Have you seen ABCs of Death? One or two?
No. I don't think I've seen any of his work from what you're telling me.
Well, ABCs of Death, you might have seen. It was basically an A to Z of murder. So each director, they had 26 directors for each movie, and they each were given a letter, and then they had to kill somebody with whatever starts with that letter. And it's one of those movies, it's worth watching because sometimes the directors can, again, get really creative with it. My favourite one that just really sticks in my mind, British one, was called Death by Beaver. And it was basically, it's not as good as it sounds, but it was basically a guy doing a bit to camera, and he, over the sort of space of 5 minutes, he gets attacked by a beaver, and basically his arms and ribs ripped off and stuff. It's quite good. So yeah, he did do one of those. I can't remember which one he did, but he did one of those. The other stuff. Oh, he recently did the 2020 version of Rebecca, the remake of Rebecca.
I don't know what that is. I don't think.
Rebecca's the Hitchcock classic with Joan Fontaine. It was
apparently I've never seen any movies.
Well, it's nice to have Sean with us tonight. Like I say, Ben Wheatley stuff is worth checking out. I'm quite looking forward to Meg 2. It's going to be a brainless, action movie with lots of. I don't think Ben's going to have kind of his stamp on it, but it's going to be interesting.
Well, who directed the first one?
That's a good question, and I can't remember. And I'm going to quickly, whilst I'm talking and not looking it up, Meg.
I'm trying to who was in it besides Jason Statham? I know what's her name who played Batwoman or girl.
It's John Turteltaub. Turteltaub. Is that how you say his name? It's the guy who did Cool Runnings and National Treasure and stuff like that.
Cool Runnings with John Candy?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, hang on a minute, director. Yeah, hang on a minute. The Meg. We did Rush Hour. Oh, one episode of the TV series. That's not the same. He did The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nick Cage. National Treasure. What else is there? Phenomenon with John Travolta. Oh, and weirdly, While You Were Sleeping. Oh, and Three Ninjas.
Wow, he's just all over the place.
Yeah. I do like directors that do that though. That kind of not just like Michael Bay sticks to that action genre. I like directors that kind of do different things. So yeah, like I said, the first Meg was good fun. So the second one, like I say, it's probably going to be worth watching. That was an excerpt from the Outpost Frequencies, brought to you by thelastmovieoutpost.com. We hold a live stream every Sunday at 12 p.m. on Central Time and 6 p.m. UK time. You're welcome to join us. In the meantime, make sure you visit thelastmovieoutpost.com for all of your movie news, reviews, and everything cool about film. So cheesy.